Hi, guys. Hey, I hope you're having a great week and hope everything's going well for you. The topic we're going to kind of talk about just a sec. And the reason I'm doing this isn't because I need people to follow me or think I'm so smart. I'm trying to give you something to think about. I'm trying to give you something to search out for yourself. If you don't agree with me, go find out. Go find out for yourself. And if you don't want to do that, then I don't really believe that you're searching. I believe you're just hanging on to old, customs, traditions. My mom said this, my grandma said that. And you have so much more at your fingertips right now than your grandma ever had. And actually more than like my mom ever had. I still get screwed up with technology. I don't understand it. So who cares? I'm blonde. People don't expect much out of me. But the whole point is that you can't just expect things to be going on the way they've always gone on, because hopefully you've got new information and to work with, right? I have this really incredible opportunity in my life that I am able to see how I believe, how I think, how I've lived. And I have my husband who's 10 years younger than me, and I watch how he thinks, and I watch how he is. And then I have a child that's 10 years younger than him, that I watch them. And I have another child 10 years younger than them, and I watch them. And then I have another child 15 years younger than that. So we kind of, whatever. But I've been watching and thinking and analyzing things for myself, because every generation that comes along, when something shifts, everybody's like, oh my gosh, this is it. This is where we're going down. And if you watch, I've only been able to tell you since the 70s, so whatever. And I remember when boys started wearing their hair longer, and oh my gosh. Of course, my dad was military, so it didn't go over very well with him at all. But you're just watching things shift. And I know people make fun of the millennials. People make fun of the Gen Zs. People talk about the Gen X. I'm right on the cusp of Gen X and boomers. I was born the end of 64. And so I see why the boomers think the way they think, but I think more like the Gen Xers. I think I raised my kids more like them too. They're good kids. They're great kids. They're crazy, but they're great kids, right? Anyways, I'm saying that we need to be open to change, because I'm watching all these 10-year increments and how they're slowly shifting, and how things are changing, and how people that want to hold so tight to the way things used to be, you're going to miss it. You're going to miss it. And the sun's going to come up and the sun's going to go down, and whether you want to accept that things are changing or not. I promise you that within 10 years, you're going to see a total shift in the way school is done, and the way, I don't know how you'd say it, the way people worship God. We'll put it that way. The religion era is not doing well, because people are opening their brains. People are seeing the lies. People are seeing that foundationally this isn't it. And that's why I want so hard to push you having a relationship with Jesus Christ, because if you have a relationship with him, you don't care what's going on around you. You don't care what's going on in Washington, D.C. You don't care what's going on with the religious craziness going around you of, lo, he's here, lo, he's there. You don't care, because you have a relationship with him. And that's all that matters. And he keeps you in perfect peace. And that's what he says in the scriptures. He'll keep you in perfect peace. But if you have a chance, and if you have the people in your life to look to, look at the strengths and qualities of people in 10-year increments, if you can, in your family, and just see what they're bringing to the table. And I'm amazed. I'm amazed at how he shifts things just ever so slightly. And all of a sudden, things are different. I was always raised with, this is the way things are. Why do you do this? This is what we've always done. And my son, he's just over 30, but this would have been at least 4 or 5 years ago. Probably 10 years now. I don't know. Either way, he was my first kid that started asking me, why? Why are you doing that? Why are we doing this? Why do you believe that? Why does everything have to be set in stone? Why can't anybody, move a little bit or see a little bit differently or everything? And the only thing I could come up with is the only reason we won't shift, we won't change our way of thinking, we won't open our minds to anything else is absolute fear. So if you're living in absolute fear, then you're absolutely not living in faith. So, something to think about. Look around at the kids around you. Little, big, young adults, 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds, and look at how things are shifting. And if you're scared to death, that's fine, but try to have more faith. People get scared. People get scared to change. But I promise you, change is a coming. Change is a coming. I can't tell you that, well, I'll talk about this in another video, but I can't tell you what the change is going to be like, but I can tell you what to watch for and maybe give you some ideas. But if you're one of those solid ridge, my mother thought this way, my grandmother did this, guys, it's a different world. It's a different world. So, I don't know. Jump off the cliff, fly, trust that if you're thinking something that maybe is a little bit farther out there than you want it to be, that he'll let you know. You don't think he'll let you know that maybe that's just not the direction you need to go. I've found that I've studied and looked into so many things because that's my personality. I just love rabbit holes. And I'll listen to something that I'm like, oh, wow, never thought of that. Oh, that's totally new. And maybe I want to look into that. And then I'll find, 3 weeks down the road that I haven't even gone back to looking at that. I take that as God telling me there's no need for you to be going down that rabbit hole. So just keep going over here. You're fine. No rebuking. No, oh, you're so stupid. How could you believe that? He's just like, let's just kind of send her this way. You know how she is. She's always looking into rabbit holes. So trust that if you start being okay with change, if you start thinking maybe they're not so crazy, that God's going to help you stop dead in your tracks if you're heading the wrong direction. He's done it for me. He'll do it for you. So, good luck. And just remember, Jesus Christ is the way, the truth, and the life. And we're going to believe him. See you next week.